Welcome back, preppers. I had to destroy the plaster mold to get this out, so I'm going to create a new mold out of silicone. I'm going to start by creating a containment frame out of plaster bandages so that I can keep the silicone from spreading too far. I'm creating it on top of a PVC board so that it will be easy to remove. To create a small bowl to hold in the silicone, I'll be pinching and folding the plaster bandage. I'll be using a two-part 50-50 brush-on silicone mix. I'll be mixing it in small batches, so I'll use two different containers to make sure that I have the exact mixture amounts of each. This particular silicone has a very thick consistency, so when transferring them into the final mixing container, you want to make sure you get all of it out. After thoroughly mixing the silicone, it's poured onto and spread evenly over the cast. I'll be mixing several small batches of the silicone and layering it over the cast. For the next few batches, I'll be using the scale. That way I can mix and pour out of the same container. I'm allowing each layer to set up slightly, but not completely, before applying the next layer. Although it's not shown here, I am using the brush to pull some of the silicone out of the framed well and reapplying it to the face. After applying the final layer of silicone, I allow it to set for 30 minutes before applying the plaster cast. The first layer is applied very tightly to make sure that all the finer details are locked into the plaster cast. This process is repeated until I have 3 solid layers. I use a spatula to remove the entire piece from the PVC board. Although I could use this entire piece as the cast, I decided I want to reuse the frame, so I'll separate that, as well as cut off all of the excess silicone, and I can use that for filler in the next project. Although it was simple and easy to remove the silicone from the plaster cast, I had to be a little more careful removing the silicone from the face itself. Some of the sections were a little thin, such as the forehead. Since this is what I'll be using for future molds, I have to make sure I didn't stretch it out or tear it. I trimmed away some of the excess silicone from the inside edge in preparation for pouring another silicone mold. I wasn't sure exactly how well casting silicone into silicone was going to work out, but I was about to find out. I steadied the mold piece inside of a PVC box and tried to get it as level as possible. Then I proceeded to prepare another 2-part silicone mix. Once again, I used the scale so that I could mix everything in one container, and I approximated exactly how much I would need to fill the mold. After a thorough mixing, I made my first pour, which I thought was going to be my last, but didn't turn out that way. Oops, I almost forgot to use the release agent. This could have been disastrous. After a liberal spraying of the release agent inside the mold, I made sure that there was nothing cooling inside of it. I made that initial pour and found that I was a little short, so I had to make a second mixture quickly. I believe the bottle said that this would cure within 3 hours, but I still waited 24 hours before I demolded. And just as before, the silicone quickly and easily came out of the plastic cast. Although it was a little difficult, I was able to peel the silicone mold off of the silicone cast without doing any damage. And that marks the end of this week's project. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate your support. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press that like button.